Welcome to episode of Potion Sword Run. In this episode, we're going to be talking about David Jaffe making the Grifters cry. In particular, Grums. Oh, Grums. Now, I have decided to stay away from Grums, Smash JT, 8-Bit Eric, and all those people who fight that SJW woke shit because it bores me. It's the same garbage over and over, and it's big stuff that I just don't want to watch because it's negative and it brings me down. They're not celebrating games, they're just trying to ruin games for everyone else, and I saw that, and I saw how it was affecting me when I was covering them, watching their stuff all the time on Twitter and on YouTube. So I decided to just stop doing that, and I benefited greatly from it. But I do watch David Jaffe, and David Jaffe likes to dabble in that stuff, so once in a while that stuff comes up, and I still find it hilarious when it does come up. So that's why I'm making this video. And it turns out that Grums got his feelings hurt when David Jaffe made a video about grifters out there that are ruining certain games for gamers who would have bought the game otherwise, but they keep on hearing all this negative SBI stuff, so it changes their mind or it affects their mood on the game, and these games end up suffering. In particular, the ones he was talking about is Star Wars Outlaws, and more the one that got people angry is Dragon Age Veilguard. And I guess Grums took personal offense to it, and because he is one of the grifters, and he is one of the people out there that been spewing all this nonsense, brainwashing all his viewers and people that just don't know better, people who just who need help, who need to start watching the right type of people, who need to start enjoying games and enjoying just their neighbors and people in general. Just be happy, man. Just a bunch of angry people, and he keeps them angry, and that's just how the cycle goes. But I digress. Let's get into it and why and how it all started. David Jaffe. Did YouTube grifters kill Dragon Age? I think so. I mean, EA should have seen it coming and been ready, but yeah, I think if they didn't pull the trigger on this title, they sure as shit loaded the gun. Assholes. Let's discuss. Retro smiley face. ... And here is Grums. God of War co-creator blames YouTube grifters for Dragon Age Veilguard failure. Calls them assholes. I've been acquainted with David Jaffe and appeared on his shows, but he suddenly blocked me with no word. How can he tell the story if he's living in a bubble? I'm not in a bubble. I blocked you because you're always so angry and mad, and you seem to just look for things to complain about. And seeing it every time I logged in was pissing me off and bringing me down. And it creates a negative environment, and it serves to make gamers feel they're always a victim, which in turn makes the gaming online space a horrible place to have meaningful chats about the medium I love. So as you can see, David Jaffe has a reasonable response on why he blocked them. Because Grums, Smash JT, all of them, they're just so negative, and it brings you down. That's why I blocked everybody, or I didn't block them, but I stopped following them, and I blocked, just to actually, vile people. But them, they just have an agenda. They're grifting, so whatever. I just block them and ignore all their stuff. But David Jaffe had a reasonable response, and the thing is, people like Grums and them, they don't deserve a reasonable response because they get personal. Wrangling knave. Dudes has completely lost the plot since his ex trooned his kid. Yeah, that's the sad part. And you can see they had to bring his kid into it because his kid transitioned. Like, why do you even gotta mention that? Why you gotta get personal? Because for some reason, all these people are just like fixated on the trans issue for some reason. Just fixated. Instead of just going on with their lives. But even then, they don't have to bring in his kids into it. But these are the type of people that they are. They have no shame. What's even sadder is that Grums brainwashes all his followers into thinking that for some reason, like, they're righteous in doing all this stuff. Rolando. Dude, you want to brainwash us into thinking that we are the minority, when in fact it's the opposite? The market has spoken. You are wrong. Deal with it and live with it. You shall not pass. Dude, I don't care if you, whomever that is, are a minority or majority. You are still wrong and cringe and weird about most things. And that's the thing. These guys are all freaking weirdos, man. Like, to obsess with all these little things about video games. Like, I love video games. I love the history of video games. I like celebrating video games. When video games bomb, sometimes I like to make fun of video games. But to obsess about cleavage, to obsess about like beauty in games, instead of just celebrating the art direction that these game developers want to go into, like I don't know what's wrong. Like, what's wrong with you guys? It's weird. And also, what's weird is being obsessed with being the minority or majority. It's like, who cares? Just live your life, man. Don't be a sheep and try to be like, I'm like with everyone else. Who cares? That's weird. But the thing is, most of the time, these people that you're arguing with, they don't know what they're talking about. They might watch a clip or two of you and they have their whole world view already set. So whatever you say, it doesn't matter, you know. They just wanna argue at the end of the day. And they just wanna show that, you know, their side is right or something. And they don't really care to even listen to anybody else's opinions because they're not willing to change. They're stuck in the mud. For example, this person I used to follow in the back in the day until I opened up my eyes. Savvy. You just put out a video blaming everybody but the developers for the failure of Dragon Age. Tell me why the target audience didn't show up. Tell me how a YouTuber prevents someone from buying something on Steam. You didn't watch the video at all clearly if you think the first sentence is accurate, which is a shame because your willingness to dogpile with zero data is a big part of the issue. I watched the first minute or two, but flat-eyed when you insinuated YouTubers were a contributing factor, or how it was a phrase in the beginning there. Turned it off because it's unserious to me. And that's what we're talking about. They watch a minute of it. They already have their mind set, and they find it unserious because you have a different opinion than them. That's unserious. That person is unserious. And I'm damn glad I stopped following them. Because none of them are really serious about games or about the stuff to talk about. They found a niche grift. And that's why they keep on spewing the same shit over and over and over. Try looking for different games. Over and over the same issue. This person is black, SBI, blah, 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 DEI, blah, blah, blah. She's ugly, blah, blah, blah. They try to find her in every game. Then after a while, they move on, you know, because that game's already done, you know, people already bought it. It's already on the market. They got to find something else to outrage people. So they're going to find the next game because that's what they do. Because they got nothing else. They're uncreative people, so they look for the lowest common denominator, the lowest hanging fruit, and this is it. Because people out there like to be angry. They like to click on videos that are controversial or angry for some reason. You make a feel-good video and you hardly ever get clicks on that. But when you make clicks about bullshit, DEI, SBI, this to get your audience angry, they love it. Human nature, I don't know what it is, but it is what it is. And they know it, and that's why they grift on it. But David Jaffe is right. See, the problem is these people don't know what they're talking about. They just listen to one voice. They get into that echo chamber and they spill the same nonsense, regurgitate the same nonsense over and over again. And for some reason, these people think that because other people like me, like David Jaffe, like just normal people out there in the world have different opinions than them, that don't obsess with all this DI, SBI, all that bullshit, that for some reason we're gonna go woke, go broke. It's like, dude, you don't know why we make videos? For example, Mikkel. Oh, Jaffe, I hope you see the light soon. This will not end well. I think it'll end just fine. Contrary to weirdo hyperbole, this isn't a war. No lines need to be drawn or held, and there's no hills to die on. The cringe way of a lot of y'all speak about this is if we're all playing D&D, and no one told a lot of you guys that we were taking a break. And that's the thing. These guys take it too damn seriously. They're video games. People who make video games are different. They have different opinions. People who are developers like to put their stuff into games. It's all good. If it's the game not for you, just let it be. Why you gotta bash it? To make yourself feel better? Is there something wrong with you that you gotta bash on video games and that's the way you get your kicks? Maybe. It is what it is. I mean, that's how the grifters like Grums do. That's how the grifters like Smash JT do. They gotta keep their base angry. Go look at their videos. Oh my god, what an embarrassment. I wouldn't be able to do that every day. Just look at the games that I used to love and celebrate and play. And I used to actually celebrate diversity when people come up with weird ass games, walking simulators, freaking crazy old murderous shooters, damn crazy old fighters. But nowadays, nah. They can't be creative. They can't be experimental. They can't tell some personal story anymore. They gotta be all vanilla and shit for these damn grifters who just want to do nothing but cry and cry and cry. And the funny thing is, on that video, he doesn't necessarily name Grums and all these people, but it's funny how they knew that they were the grifters that he was talking about. Says a lot about them. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it right there because it's Thanksgiving and I don't wanna, and I'm thankful that I don't have to follow all that shit anymore. But either way, once in a while when it comes up in my feed, I'll make a video about this. But I gotta go, get ready for that turkey, get ready for that gravy, and go stuff myself. So anyways, I'm thankful for you guys being here. Remember, like always, remember to enjoy your life. And I'll see you on next one. Peace.